Hi, good evening and welcome to Thfc Till I Die. And tonight we're going way back to the 1970s, early 73, where Spurs played Norwich City in this 1973 League Cup final, which actually turned out to be Bill Nick's last win at Wembley. Join me on this trip down memory lane. I look back in time, you may say. It's my usual co-host, Mark. How are you, Mark, today? Are you looking forward to this game?
Yes. I'm not sure I've actually ever seen this, so it'll be interesting. How are you, anyway?
I'm fine. Mark was born around this era. I was still a tadpole floating around somewhere.
I'd have been too.
Parker below, I don't think Parker was not even thought of. So
wasn't even thought of. No.
How are you, Parker, this evening? Are you looking forward to watching this classic game of ours?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing? I'm happy to be here, but I'm probably doing better than you guys are. At least Mark, because he's from England at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm good, man. I'm excited to see this. I haven't seen it either, so yeah, it'll be good.
Well, before we put the game on, there's a little bit of housekeeping to do. Again, this show has been sponsored by Digital Spurs, so big up Danny over in America for Digital Spurs. And if you can go to digitalspurs.com, where you can get all your flags, t-shirts, mugs, everything, go onto his website, digitalspurs.com, and you'll be able to get everything you need from him. And we're also in the process of getting merchandise on for our channel, and you will be able to get that on our website at www.thfc-till-i-die.com. And then once that's all there, it'll be all on. That's where our website will be. So yeah, so that's out of the way. Should we crack in with it? So
yeah, why not?
Get it up there now. So let's do it one way. Oh, I'm big up as well to Duck Jive for letting you use this video. He's got loads of stuff over in his channel. So yeah, so big up to Duck Jive there. And I'll mute the sound. And there we go. So they're just in the channel there with Bill Nick. There's Martin Peters. There's Pat Jennings. There's Stevie P.
Yeah.
Alan Gilsing. The G-Men with him and Greaves.
Wow. I love those jumpers though.
Yeah. And I do have the team. I do have the team here. They're Spurs fans. I think they're in the north part of Wembley. Oh, Wembley. And there's the team below here. Was Pat Jennings, Joe Kinnear, Cyril Knowles, John Pratt, Mike England, Phil Bill, Alan Gilsing, Steve Harriman, Martin Shivers, Martin Peters. And number 11 was, I will tell you in a minute, number 11 was Jimmy Pearce, and the substitute is my all-time favourite 70s player, the Hamlet man, Ralph Coates himself. Now, when you see this fella, he has a full head of hair when he comes on at some point, and within 5 minutes of the match, he's got no hair whatsoever.
They all have a full head of hair, don't they?
Yeah. Well, this fella did have hair, and then he loses it halfway through the match.
Oh.
Maybe Romero was playing, and he pulled it out.
Don't mind you, that is so very true.
Oh,
For
there he
Norwich,
is.
there's the Godfather, Bill Nick. And this is really a preparing time ready for Spurs. We won the League Cup in 71, we won the UEFA Cup in 72, and with this was our third cup final in 3 years in the early 70s.
How times have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been at Old Wembley, so I miss the Old Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
I've never seen Old Wembley before. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely small.
It was.
No, 100,000.
Well, over, yeah. The manager for Norwich, you may know him. He actually managed Aston Villa when they won the league title with Aston Villa back in 19.
You know, you couldn't tell just because it doesn't go up as high, but like if it goes out farther, wider, then yeah I could see that. It just from the top view, you can't really tell.
Yeah.
So these are one of the 100,000.
Yeah, the plan when they built the new Wembley, I think the plan originally was to still have the Twin Towers, but they didn't in the end for some reason.
But again, big up to Doc Jai for the use of this game and all the games. Please get over to his website. Get over to his website. So, this is always the boring bit, waiting for the game to start.
Yeah, just biting my fingernails, waiting. So I don't know anything about this game, so this is all new to me.
Yeah, and this is the people coming out. So, I mean, the game against Villa really should have beaten us in 71, to be fair. Was it Villa? We played in 71.
I also don't know.
I know you wouldn't know that much.
No.
Fuck.
I'd have been like 4 months old or something.
I'm trying to think. Was it Villa in 71? Yeah, it was Villa in 71. And there's Martin Peters, who, of course, won the World Cup with England in 66, played at West Ham and was part of the deal that took Jimmy Greaves to West Ham.
Yeah.
And Martin Peters to White Hart Lane. There's Mike England, a great defender of his time. Really was. Alan Gilzine as well, another legendary player for Spurs. Going through the team there. I don't know who that bloke is, to be fair. There's Martin Shivers, stayed with Spurs until 1976. One of our top goal scorers. And he's coming up to the legendary. There's Ralph Coates there. See, I told you he had a full head of hair. And within about 5 minutes of him coming on, then he loses it. So it's quite fun. And there's Bill Nick. Who Bill Nick really had an association with Spurs really from the 50s. Really from the 50s and then the late 70s right up to the 90s, I think. He was associated with Tottenham on one way or the other.
Yeah.
So there's the Norwich side. So yeah, this should be a good game tonight. Any thoughts of it, Mark, so far? Do you want to add anything to the conversation?
Well, it's like I said at the beginning, I was only like 2 years old. So I'm not sure excuse me. I'm not sure I've actually ever seen this game.
Well, I can tell you how we got there, if everyone would like to know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to put it across the bottom of the screen because we had one mad game. We beat Huddersfield 2-1 in the second. Huddersfield 2-1 the second round. Then in the third round, we sort of had a 3-match game against Middlesbrough. We drew 1-1 up at Roker Park, I think it used to be called back then.
Yeah, it was.
Then we drew 0-0 then at White Hart Lane. And then the second real replay, we won, what was it then? Anyway, we beat Middlesbrough, then we beat Liverpool, drew 1-0, then beat them 3-1 at White Hart Lane. Then in the semi-final, we beat Wolverhampton 2-1 at Monoloo, at their ground. And then we drew 2-2 at White Hart Lane, got 1-4-3.
Yeah.
that's how we got to the final. The referee was at Wembley Stadium. The referee is David Smith from Stonehouse. The attendance was 100,000, and that was the old Twin Towers there.
Yeah, there's one of them.
I mean, Mark, I'll start with you. We've got some great players here, Pat Jennings, and any players out of there that you can remember thinking, oh, do you know any players that you saw there that thought they were great for Spurs?
Well, Pat Jennings, obviously, he's probably up there as our best ever goalkeeper. To be honest, Mike England always gets talked about. To be honest, he was a great player. Steve Perman, obviously, he played in this game. Obviously, the record appearance maker. You know, and I mean, it's amazing how many years he was at the club. I mean, he'd been at the club 6 years by then.
Yeah, he had. I mean, he started in 60. He came in. His first season was 67, 68.
Yeah.
And then 68, and then he won 3 trophies, of course, in 70, 71, 72, and of course this 73. And then he won again in 81, 82, and 84.
Yeah, I think he was in the 84 squad. I was gonna say that.
He was.
Yeah,
well, he was
suspended. He was suspended for the final.
Oh.
Yeah.
So any place
bookings?
Yeah. Any place you're looking forward to seeing here today, Parker? From you've been a young Spurs fan.
I'm just soaking it all in. You know, I don't really know a whole lot about these players at all. I mean, I have a book that I'm reading, and I haven't gotten this far into. I haven't gotten to the 70s yet. So, but yeah, obviously a couple names sound familiar. You know, like Pat Jennings, Steve Perryman, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm just kind of like I said, soaking it in, and I'm gonna enjoy this. This looks great. So.
Yeah. What will be interesting is like the difference from the football now to the football then. Because I can imagine there'll be some crunching tackles going in.
Oh, there will be.
Oh yeah.
You won't get away with these days.
Yep. I noticed that also when I was watching the 84 final. And then like how you can kind of pass it back to your goalkeeper and they can just pick it up. Like I was like, wait, what? You can't do that. So yeah, a lot of the rules have changed. So and I think their boots were heavier. I think maybe was the ball heavier as well, maybe a little bit.
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
But Spurs all in their white kit, that famous all white kit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's the teams for you on the screen for you there. Jennings, Kinnear, Knowles, Pratt, England, Beale, Gilzine, Perryman, Shivers, Peter Spears, and Ralph Coates was the substitution. Livermore now. That was Doug Livermore, who played for Norwich. He actually played for Liverpool, and he also was manager for Spurs in the 92-93 season.
He was
the joint manager with Ray Clements.
Yeah, as soon as I saw his name, I thought that name looked familiar.
Jake Livermore? No, I'm just kidding.
And there's the man himself. There is the Godfather, the man who built Spurs. But big up Paul Brown. He's got thinking of football, fire. He's really up for this. He says coys with his fingers crossed. So big up there, Paul.
Well, to be honest, Dermot did choose this match, so we might lose because you haven't got the greatest record, have you, Dermot?
Well, look, I'm sorry. Look,
I remember one morning you put a game on.
No, well, I'll get rid of him for a few minutes. Yeah, I don't have the greatest record, do I, Mark?
No. There was one morning you put a game on and we lost. Well, in fact, we got hammered.
Yeah.
There it is.
And I love Pat Jennings' blue top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Looks almost like a purple violet color.
Yeah.
No gloves on his hands. No gloves at all on his hand or anything.
No way.
No,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
He's not wearing.
And even if they wore gloves, it was only like cloth things, wasn't it?
So if anyone who's watching likes to get in the comments. What's your memories of this match? You can remember it, or even through the 70s, if you were around in the late 70s, Sport Tottenham. Get in your memories. Get your questions into us. Put questions to the panel, and we'll answer them about Spurs now, back then, in the middle, even wherever. But me and Mark have done some research about 1973, haven't we, Mark?
Yes.
About the events of it. So do you want to tell us what you've done, the UK news?
Right.
And then I will go about the world news then.
Yeah. Well, I sort of Googled it and it just come up with UK news. So I do apologise for anyone who's not from the UK. Right.
I've got that covered.
Quite right.
Yes. I was going to say I know you. I know you did the world stuff. So the 1st of January, Britain and Ireland joined the EEC, European Economic Community. Is that right? I think.
Yeah, it's the European
Economic.
Yeah. Now look, you've left it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Then what happened? And the 21st of March, there was a disaster at the Lofthouse Colliery. I didn't actually write down where that is, but like 7 people were dead or killed in an accident at a colliery, which is a coal mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love your man's beard. That was awesome.
Oof.
Yeah, what else did you find out, Mark?
Right. I can't actually understand what that means. The 26th of March, we'll leave that one because I sort of wrote it in code.
Yeah.
And I can't understand it. On the 26th of March, women were allowed in for the first time at the London Stock Exchange. Why on earth it took that long is beyond me, but you know, that's...
I can hear rumblings. Hang on, Mark.
Oh.
I can hear rumblings. Hang on. It's Ellie. It's okay. It's Ellie rumbling in France.
Yeah.
You know, I can hear the thunder.
Yeah. Well,
how many transfers were normal back then? During like a summer transfer window.
I mean, you were looking at probably 100,000, something like that.
Okay.
Nothing major. There was no million. I mean, Trevor Brookham was the first £1 million player. I think that was back in.
No, Trevor Francis.
Trevor Francis was the first £1 million player. Was that in the 80s, early 80s, Mark?
I remember that photo of the guy next to the bus. Yeah.
It was late 70s.
What team did he play for again?
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Birmingham City.
Yeah, he started at Birmingham and then went to think.
I heard of him. I did a little bit of research on that, but so how many players would that equivalent to? About $100,000, like.
Well, that'd be pounds back then.
Or, I mean, sorry, yeah, of course.
What do you mean? How many players?
What was like the average amount of players coming in and out, like in the 70s?
Well, you mean for each club, or?
Yeah, like exactly.
You got to remember. There was no transfer windows.
Oh.
It was just fully open all year round.
Oh, okay.
And so you could move whenever you liked.
Gotcha. Okay. There were a lot of changes.
Yeah. Well.
A lot of things were different.
Yeah. There was none of this like Christmas window and then the summer window.
No windows. Just
no. It was just an open. You could buy them when you liked.
Well,
yeah, anyway.
I can tell you who Tottenham got and who Tottenham sold in 72-73, if you would like to know.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to know. Yep.
Tony Want, left back, left for Birmingham City for an undisclosed fee. David Jenkins, right winger, went to Brentford for an undisclosed fee. John Cockbush, right back, went to Fulham for a free transfer. And Alan Mullery left Tottenham to join Fulham for £63,000.
Oh. Okay, so
and
that's
then
about
Spurs, and then Spurs bought in 17-year-old John Marison. He was bought in, and then Mike Dillon, centre back, 20-year-old from Olympic, from Canada, actually bought in on a free undisclosed fee. So really, the only outgoing, we didn't spend any money going out, but we bought in £63,000. We actually finished eighth in the league, I think, if I'm right. Yeah, finished 8th in the league and semi-finals of the European Cup. UEFA Cup, sorry.
Yeah.
And the league that year, Liverpool won the league, Arsenal finished 2nd, Leeds 3rd, Ipswich 4th, and then Spurs finished 8th that year. So,
right. Also in this year, VAT first come in. Value added tax. Yeah. I believe at the time it was 10 or 15%. I can remember when it was 15%. It's now 20.
I remember it being at 17.5%.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah. It was 15 for a lot of years, and then it went to 17.5, and now it's 20. What else went on? The eighth James Bond film come out.
Okay, which one was that?
Live and Let Die, and it was Roger Moore's first appearance.
Yeah, can you name the band that did the theme song?
It was Wings, wasn't it? Was it the Beatles or Wings?
Wings.
Yeah, I know it was Paul McCartney. So I wasn't sure whether he was the Beatles or Wings.
Oh, here we go. Is a chance?
Oh.
That's not going to be called for a foul, is it? No.
That's DGP. That's it. See,
that would have been a foul in our time. No. Right outside the box, right there.
That would have been a foul now these days.
Yep. I like the play on mentality. I think it's.
See, Wembley had a big pitch. Wembley was a massive pitch.
Massive
back in
pitch.
Days. I think it was slightly bigger than the normal First Division pitches at Wembley. Wembley had a bigger pitch than the normal First Division grounds back in them days.
Yeah.
Wasn't White Hart Lane slightly bigger as well?
No, White Hart Lane was the same.
Okay.
Same as everywhere.
Okay.
I think what it was with Wembley, the pitch, it was probably around the same length, but it was just wide.
Oh, here we go. Chance.
No.
I still find it wild that they don't wear gloves, the goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Oof. That is wild.
Men will men back there.
Because even the modern goalkeepers at the end, who's that one guy that has his finger? It's like crooked. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look up his name. I think he retired recently within the last couple of years.
Oh, I don't know who you're actually talking about.
No.
I'll find his name and you'll know who I'm talking about. He played in the Premier League for years.
Right. So, and is that it, Mark? Or should I do the international news for you?
No. Gordon Banks retired on the 8th of August. Obviously, the World Cup winning England keeper. So what else we got? Oh, in October, Dad's Army. I think it might have been the final series come out. And the episode with Don't Tell Him Your Name, Pike. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. Well, not really, but...
Yeah, Don't Tell Him Your Name, Pike. That was broadcast. And what else have we got? There was a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit coming to all the motorways because of the oil crisis. I take it we were short of oil or something.
Well, some things never change.
Yes. So it was 50 mile an hour instead of 70 on all the British motorways. What else happened? The last one I've got is on the 19th of December. There was a rail crash at Ealing Broadway. It was a Paddington to somewhere train, and I think it collided with a freight train, or there was something wrong with the engine, and it derailed anyway. And there was 10 dead and 94 injured.
I've noticed Mark's gone for the tragic news. I've gone for the happy world news. Mark's gone for the tragic news. So,
but I'm not going to. It's not going to be on 1973 headlines that somebody smiled. It's going to be the tragedies and And to be honest, I've left a lot out because, you know, this is not a political show, but the IRA were quite active in this country around that time. So, but I left all that out.
You lived it. Yeah, good job. Because a lot of that time, let's put it this way, that the British establishment were fitting up a lot of people that didn't do anything, that spent an awful long time in jail, Mark,
Well,
and
we won't
wasted
talk
half
about
their
that.
lives because the British establishment fitted a lot of them people up.
Well, we're not talking about any of that.
No,
That's why I
but
left that.
I'm just saying the point that
Yes.
I'm just making the point that there was
Yes.
the Birmingham Six and the Guildford Four, who didn't do anything wrong, were fitted up by the British establishment.
Yeah. Well, we won't talk about any of that.
No.
Right. Do you want to go on and do your world?
Yeah, I shall do that. Well, I also found that I bring it up screen that the UK, Republic of Ireland, and Denmark actually entered the European Community, which later become the EU. This is the funny, but this is the bit I find hilarious, right? Richard Nixon, there's another one of him, was sworn in for the second term as president of the United States. Nixon is the only person to be sworn in twice, president and vice president of the United States of America. So there was something for you, Parker. Make you feel we'll do a bit of American news. And February 28th, over here in the Republic of Ireland, general election is held. Liam Cosgrave become the new Taoiseach, and he is the son of W.T. Cosgrave, who was elected in 6th December 1922, was elected by Doyle Aaron as president of the Executive Council, and he formed the first Executive Council of the Irish Free State, that was before it became the Republic of Ireland. It was actually called the Irish Free State due to the Anglo-Irish Treaty signed by Malcolm Collins in late 21, early of 1922. September the 9th, Scottish racing driver Jackie Stewart becomes World Drivers' Champion for the third time with his Tyrrell W003 Cosworth, placed fourth in the 1973 Italian Grand Prix at Monza. If you watched the race today, I'm glad you've woken up from it because it was boring as hell. We've got Watergate here again for you, Parker, for our American viewers. Scandal in the land of Florida, U.S. President Richard Nixon tells 400 Associated Press managers, editors, "I am not a crook." Right. Okay. We all believe you, but we don't.
Yeah. He soon got found out.
Well, he got found out because he bogged his own office, and the people found the tapes that he bogged it. I mean, he's an idiot. Honestly, I don't know. You have any views on Richard Nixon? Were you taught down at school about Watergate, Parker, or?
I need to look it up a little bit more. It's been a while, so I know there's a few movies out, so I need to check this out. But I really don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest. I found that goalkeeper that I was talking about with the finger, with this pinky that's like crooked. Robert. Sorry.
Yeah. Now go on.
Oh, Robert Green. Do you guys remember him?
I've heard the name.
Oh, Rob Green. He played for West Ham.
Rob Green. Yeah, he played for a lot of teams. Yeah, his finger was crooked, so I can't even imagine what goalkeepers then had. So, but yeah, I need to look that up. Anyway, go on, Dermot.
Sorry, yeah. The launch, and then in late '72, it was the last. We'll put this in. I know it's not '73, but it put in because of what's going back to the moon. American going back to the moon again. In December '72, at 5:30 in the morning, 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the last Saturn V rocket launched from the Kennedy Launch Center for Apollo 17, and they were the last men on the moon.
Yeah.
Carmen, module pilot Ronald E. Evans only start space flight, and then Harrison H. Smith was his only space flight too. So that's all what happened in '73. We have a comment here. Who's it go? We've got White Hart Lane. Hey guys, hi White Hart Lane. How are you? Thank you for joining us. And please, everyone, get your comments in. What do you remember of the match? If you were there, if you were around this time, if you haven't, what have you liked about it so far? Also, Gideon, do you think the Premiership should go ahead next weekend? Did you miss the football this weekend? So let us know. Keep getting your comments what you think. I'll start with you with that, Mark. Do you think the Premier League will go on next weekend, or do you think it will be postponed again?
I personally think it should, but I don't think it will.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest.
And
because,
why?
Well, it's now I'm not an expert, even though I live in England, but so I've heard is it a 12-day mourning period?
You've got a 10-day mourning period.
Oh, it's 10, is it?
It started the day she died right up to the end of her funeral, which is the 19th.
Yeah.
Now, do you think they should play the games over the weekend?
I think I mean, to be honest, if you want to do a memorial for the Queen, play the football, have the national anthem played before the game, everyone sings along with it, and that's a far better tribute than just cancelling it altogether, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with Mark.
You know, yeah.
Although I don't have a whole lot to say since I live in the United States, but I think the same conversation kind of went on, a lot of times in the past. During the Second World War, I know they were talking about should we keep baseball going in the United States, to keep morale going, to keep people's spirits up, because obviously there wasn't war going on in the States, so they were able to keep sports going on and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it helped with morale and stuff. So. But like I said, I don't have a whole lot to say. But I know the funeral's on Monday, so it could be, an opportunity to show the respect that everyone wants to show. So we'll see. I want it to go on personally, but it's not really up to me or anything like that.
I think it's down to a policing thing. I think more than anything. I think that's what I think it's down to every match that goes on in the Premier League has to get a safety certificate to say, right, it's safe to play this match. That's what it boils down to. And I think it's down with, I think what they were saying today, for what I can read into it, is with all the royal leaders coming into London over the next weekend, will they have enough policemen spare to do all the matches? Now, they may just cancel the matches in London and do the matches elsewhere in the country. Or they may, I mean, there was a suggestion about reversing the fixtures. So
I read that.
I mean, Mark, how could that work? It's an awful lot to do on one day. Do you know what I mean? With them under a week, could it work?
It's up to the police forces to get together, and if they do decide to reverse it, so we're away at Leicester, then it's up to them to contact the obviously Leicester police and say, look, can you do it? In such a short space of time. It depends when the announcement comes out from the Premier League.
Yeah, they should announce it soon. I
would have thought it'd be early this week coming, like Tuesday or Monday.
Yeah, but the police are leaving it to the Premier League and the FA.
Oh, are they?
So Do you think the club like Leicester would have enough time to sell tickets for this match next Saturday if the fixtures were reversed? Or do you think what they might do is cancel the games in London but let it go on elsewhere in the country?
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, London's going to be the epicenter in it for next Monday. Because I'm not even sure where a funeral is going to be. Is it going to be like Westminster Abbey? I thought so.
Also, I know that I've got a couple of, Philip and Ollie were going over to the Leicester game. And, they don't know if they're going, the match is going to start or the match is not going to start.
No.
So they've bought plane tickets and plane fares. And of course, if there was strikes, then they've booked a bus and the taxis. So there's a lot of money people from overseas have spent trying to get there. So my own personal opinion is, if you can put it on, put it on.
Yeah.
As an American, Parker, I mean, you don't have this in America. I mean, if a president passes away, of course you would have a state funeral for him, but there's no national mourning or anything. I think the only time you would have had that is when Kennedy was assassinated, or if a president was in the office. He passed away, I think.
They were in the office and something tragic, happened. Surprisingly, that something might happen, but maybe the flags would be at half mast, but I think games would still go on. So, but yeah, if they were still in the office, something happened like that, but we haven't seen that for a long time. So
no. So if you're from America looking over at this, what do you think? What would you do? I mean, would you just play the games and just say, look, get on with it, or would you say right, or would you reverse the fixtures, or how would you? I mean, it's like White Hart Lane says here. He knew somebody that has a ticket for the. He knew somebody that had a ticket for the City game.
Yeah.
It's not just if you're in England. No disrespect to people in England, but it's easy for you to get to the games because I know you've got to pay for your train fare and all that. But if you're coming over from Ireland, it's not cheap flying over from Ireland to England. Yeah. And then plus, and if you're flying from America as well.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, can you imagine people coming over from like America or the Far East or Australia? Because people do. They'll fly over because they want to watch Spurs.
I mean, when they take the time off, they can't get that time back. So when the fixture, eventually happens, they're gonna miss it because they didn't have the time off from work or whatever. So it's not good for the fans, but this only happens, very rarely. So hopefully they can mourn and we can get on with it eventually. But if it doesn't go on, then so be it.
Yeah, I think there's a substitution being made here. I think John Pratt's going to come off. I think John Pratt is injured. And the Hamlet man, Ralph Coates, is about to come on.
So they only had one substitution on the bench?
Yeah, only one sub.
Yeah.
So not the 5 you've got now. But Bill Nick,
I think 5 is a lot, if you ask me.
Do you know what, Mark? I feel sorry for John Pratt. I think he got an awful lot of stick from Tottenham fans over the years.
Yeah.
He was a scapegoat for some of the games, and I think John Pratt was a good player, to be fair.
Yeah.
But Ralph Coates, I mean, he was something else, wasn't he? Ralph Coates.
Yeah. I can remember him just about, and I always remember he was. Well, there he is.
There he is with a full head of hair.
But
you will see him in 5 minutes' time. He's as bald as Eddie Bailey there.
Oh no, here he is.
It's the Hamlet. That's why I call him the Hamlet man. He does look like the Hamlet man.
Trying to keep it on?
Yeah.
There's John Pratt.
Obviously won't stuck on very well.
No.
Get the pat for him.
So Spurs have had to make the one and only sub quite early in the game, actually.
Well, you got to remember, back in these days, if you made your sub and someone else like breaks a leg or something, that was tough luck.
Yeah.
You had to play with 10 men.
I mean, Mark, I'll start with you. I mean, Spurs were really successful in the early 70s. I mean, we really were. We I think we're the first side to win 2 separate European trophies. I think we're the first English club to do that, I think, as well. To win the Company's Cup in 63 and the UEFA Cup in 72. Bill Nick was built. This was an aging side, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was then.
Do you think that? Why do you think it fell apart for him? Why he could not recreate that double side again?
Now I don't know. A lot of went on, but was it the?
I mean, no. You looking back now?
Was it
Let me rephrase the question, right? Bill Nick built this great double winning side 60-61. Yeah. He had this aging side. Do you think it was the board that went back in him in the transfer market? Do you think?
Well, that's what I just asked. That's what I just asked. Was it lack of investment? I mean, I mean, you're a history guru on this channel. I mean, was he not backed? was
don't think he was. I think again the board had no ambition. I think people are
yeah,
complaining now about Enoch and Levy having no ambition. I mean, the Tottenham board at the time didn't like spending money. I mean, White Hart Lane at this point was grumbling. We were very successful on the pitch. Being successful on winning cup finals meant money.
yeah,
It meant bringing money into the club. So I think it was a bit of the board never backed him. And I think Bill Nick had been there for so long too. I think they just thought, oh, it doesn't matter who gets him, he's going to build another great side.
There's his hair.
I mean, Parker, I go to you. You're a younger fan. You watch all these probably old matches. I mean, do you? Oh, that should have been a couple there. Do you look back at these times with envy because what's happened for us over the last 20 years, or do you look back with some sort of pride that we had a great side in the early 60s, we had another great side in the early 70s and the early 80s? I mean, do you look back at some of these players and,
I said, we really have a great history. So we have, I mean, I like to look back and just, wish that we could recreate some of this magic that we used to. So the double in 60, 61, and then all these cups and we used to win the FA Cup even a lot. So up until I think 91. So we were a trophy winning club, and it just it gives me a little bit of envy, but I think if I'm patient enough, we'll get something soon. So it's just we do really have a great history. So I think every Spurs fan really needs to educate themselves and learn a little bit about our past, because it's good to see.
We do have Mr. EE in the building, Mr. Edward, and he says Alan Gilzine and Ralph Coates. I mean Ralph Coates. Alan Gilzine was probably my favourite. Him and Martin Shivers was probably my favourite early 70 players, and Ralph Coates, he's just Mr. Hamden. That's his name. He also says, hi Dermot and Co. Big up Mr. Ed Wilson. And he said, we had a legendary comb over side there, quality players with the most spectacular comb overs. Yeah. I mean, if you see a picture of him now, he's as bald as Coop. I mean, it's so fun. At the back of his hair, right, he's got this little thing flapping. Now, if Romero was back then, it would have been saying, pull me.
Yeah.
Just pull me.
Yeah.
Pull me. But, I mean, Mark, we had some great players. We had Martin Peters, we had Steve Parriman, we had Alan Gilzine, we had Martin Shivers, we had Pat Jennings, Knowles, we had Joe Kinnear, we had Mike England, Jimmy Pearce. It was a team of youngsters and players sort of coming to the ends of their career.
Yeah.
Do you feel if the board had backed Bill Nick a bit more, that we wouldn't have gone through the hardships that we went through? Because from 74 onwards, there was a decline in Tottenham.
Yeah. Well,
which ended up
relegated in
77.
Yeah.
So do you feel again that showed lack of investment by that board, or do you feel it was just football back then? That they did what they thought was right. But football today is different now. Yeah,
there's a lot more money around now in football. I mean, you can basically say the Premier League ruined it. The Premier, as soon as football was ruined when Premier League and Sky poked their noses in. Really,
Tottenham were part of that 6 clubs that actually formed the Premier League.
Yeah.
So, that's a good tackle.
Yeah. But there was none of this. There was none of the money floating about like there is now with Sky and in the Premier League, and I mean that's where football's been ruined because of all the money involved in it.
Yeah. Now it's like if you really want to go to a club, or back then it was more of just desire to go to win trophies, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't about, oh, how much am I going to be making there?
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, let me know. But
I mean, Pat Jennings, he was really one of the best keepers in the world, wasn't he, Mark?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the name just rings a bell.
How much would he be worth now, Mark, do you think?
Oh, almost priceless. Almost. Well, if he was around now, I don't. Maybe someone in the chat can comment about most expensive goalie ever, but he'd certainly break that.
I'll have a look for you. Right, so let me.
Well, look at the time.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, look at this digital clock in the corner. You notice as well, not even the score's up in the corner like it is now.
Yeah, you got to really keep your watch.
Yeah.
Your watch on.
I've actually got stuff from Pat Jennings here, which I've actually been through. Pat Jennings played for Watford 63 to 64. He made 48 appearances for Watford. Then he came to us between 64 and 77. Made 472 appearances for us. Plus 1 goal. He scored in the 67 Charity Shield.
Yes, that was at Old Trafford, wasn't it? Was that Old Trafford?
How did he score it?
Yeah.
He goal kick and it bounced over
Alex Stepney's head.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was the Man United goalie.
Wow.
He actually started his youth career was with Shamrock Rovers in 60 and then with Newry Town between 61 and 63. And then in 77, he left us to go down the road to Arsenal between 77 and 85, 237 appearances, and he came back for us for 1 season, 85 to 86, made no appearance. So he made a total of 757 appearances, and for Northern Ireland between 1964 to 1986, he made 119 international appearances as well. He was goalkeeper. He was goalkeeper coach as well for us for a while. His honours: he won the FA Cup in 66, 67. He won the League Cup in 71, 73, 67 Charity Shield, and he won the UEFA Cup in 72. He won the FA Cup with the lot down the road, 78, 79. And I mean, he was the oldest player to play in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Between 12th of June 1986 to 28th of June 1994 to Roger Miller came in. He was 42 when he played in the World Cup.
Yeah, that was Cameroon. Was he Cameroon? Cameroon striker Roger Miller.
Yeah. And then he was the eldest goalkeeper until 2014 World Cup, when I'm not even going to pronounce that name. I can't. I'll put it in the. I'll put it in the thing. He was a Colombian player. He was a Colombian goalkeeper.
He's not the one that did the scorpion kick, was he?
No.
At Wembley?
No, not him. Oh, look at that for a tackle. Anyway, is Freded Mondragon. He was the oldest at 42. The oldest goalkeeper to play in the World Cup. I mean, Pat Jennings. I mean, Mark. I mean, he was a brilliant goalkeeper, wasn't he? He really was.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to get another goalkeeper like him. Replace Lloris. He's a little dodgy recently, if you ask me.
And also, let's any players, Mark, in that team you want to know about?
That I want to know about?
Yeah, in that 73 side.
I've heard of all of them.
I want to learn a little bit more about that Gil Zane guy.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him, but he looks like a pretty cool guy. That guy.
Yeah.
Striker.
He ain't got a lot of hair either.
He was part of the G-Men.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, with the great Jimmy Greaves. Here we go. Alan Gilzine, right?
Yep.
Alan Gilzine. He started at Dundee between 57-64. Made 190 appearances for Dundee and scored 169 goals in 190 appearances for Dundee.
Flipping heck.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Here comes
Yeah.
Then he went to Spurs, made
I was going to say
300.
that's obviously why we bought him.
Yeah, then he went to Spurs for 10 years between 64 and 74. He spent 10 years at Spurs, 343 appearances, 93 goals.
No.
Then he went to Highlands Park for 74-75 and made 533 appearances, 262 goals.
Wow.
And then his international for Scotland, he made for Scotland he made 22 appearances and scored 12 goals, but he was at Scotland at every level.
Oh yeah.
And then his trophy count, he won the league championship with Dundee in 61-62, 67 FA Cup for Spurs, and then the League Cup 71-73, and then the UEFA Cup in 1972. He was inducted into the Tottenham Hotspur Hall of Fame in 2013.
Right. I didn't realise we had a Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're still 0-0 here. We've got a few comments here.
It's about to be halftime here soon.
Yeah. Big up Bobby K. Big up.
What's up, Bobby?
Yeah.
There's a good header by Alan Gilzine. I mean, I love watching these old games because
Me too.
it's nice. I mean, especially this time we had no matches on, and you end up watching the older games for some reason. I don't know why.
Even if you know the score, I don't even know the score of this one. So
yeah,
I got a feeling I do, but I'm not going to ruin it.
I can look it up, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I've already said 3 times who wins this match.
Oh, you.
Well, it's not. Well, I was going to say it's obvious that we win, but you never know.
No, Norwich could sneak a sneaky little winner here, you know. There's Martin Shivers, always had a long throw in him. Always.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What a header for Mike England. What a great defender he was, Mike England, back in the day.
I mean, that would have probably been given as a foul as well today.
I wonder how much extra time they give back then in the 70s.
It was down to the referee.
Stupid.
It was down to the referee. I mean, it was down to his discretion. There were some matches that ended 59 seconds after a minute, probably.
Yeah, because there weren't as many people on the ground crying and flopping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, as I said before, 70s football was men were men.
Yes, definitely.
Yep.
I mean,
you didn't come off unless you were really hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, there's players. I mean, you look at John Pratt. He didn't really want to come off, but he had to. But he was quite prepared to play on.
Yeah. So, and if it happens again, I'm sure a player will play on through injury because we don't have any more subs.
Head it back, out for a corner. Well done, Mike England. Good defending, sir. And of course, we're captained by Martin Peters, who won the World Cup back in '66. I still think that's the most scandalous decision ever to get rid of Jimmy Greaves, Mark.
Well, he was injured though, wasn't he?
Who, Jimmy Greaves?
Yeah, he got injured against. Was it France? He got injured.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was ridiculous that we let him go.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it really what I mean? Would you have let him go? Would you work through any problems that might have been happening behind the scenes, or
yeah?
Or do you think? Do you think Mark Bill Nick thought, right, I think he's coming to the end of his career, I need to freshen it up a bit? Do you think that was behind the decision?
Possibly. But, I mean, the man was a goal-scoring machine, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't scored bloody all the goals he scored for us for no reason at all. And it's like I said on the 81 show, you only got to look at his England record as well. He scored, 44 goals for England in 50 games, or 50-something games. You know, I mean, that's almost one a game. I mean, this is what of a goal machine he was.
Trying to think of why did Chelsea let him go in the beginning days?
Well, he went to because AC Milan offered money for Chelsea. It was a normal transfer.
Yeah.
So he went to Italy because AC Milan offered him, the highest wage. He was on more money in Italy than he was in England at the time, which was only £20 or £25 a week.
Yeah.
And when he came back from Italy, Spurs were offered him £180 a week, which was a lot of money them days for a player. So he was a young lad. He left Chelsea to go to Italy. Never worked out for him in Italy. And he came back. Mark said he was a goal machine.
Well, if you watch the documentary, I think it's knocking about. I'm not sure if it's on YouTube, but I watched it on BT. It was a bit of backhandedness because he was always going to go to Tottenham, but it was apparently someone from Chelsea gave his father £50 to get him to sign for Chelsea in white £5 notes.
Interesting.
See, back in them days there was a lot of backhanded, as you say, Mark, back in them days, and he was going, and Spurs wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
To be fair, Tottenham were always, never did anything like that until Ivan Scholar got involved, and then all the skullduggery started. And look, he went to Chelsea. He'd done his apprenticeship at Chelsea. I mean, he was a goal scoring machine. He's the only player to score in his debut for every club he played for.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like Haaland nowadays. He scored on his Champions League debut on for every team he's played on. I think Red Bull, Salzburg, whatever. And then Dortmund, and then City too.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
see, for me, Haaland is right. I'm going to be a bit controversial here. What I'm going to say is, I think Haaland will burn himself out eventually. I think if you mark him well, you can mark him out of the game.
The trouble is with Man City, though,
you got to be tall.
Yeah, I mean, if you mark him, they got bloody 10 others that will knock the ball in the net.
Yeah, but the Man City. You should, if you're going into a game, like you look at the opposition, it's like going into a boxing match. You could lose the match or the fight at the very start of it because you fear the opponent you're playing.
Yeah.
We should, as Tottenham, we shouldn't fear anybody we play.
No,
it doesn't matter if it's Man City or Liverpool or Man United or AC Milan or Barcelona. We should have the fire in our bellies, think we can beat anyone we play. And we have Conte's got Pep's number. We shouldn't use that because that can go against you. But I do you know what? I'm not Haaland's biggest fan. Never have been. I just think there's better strikers out there. I think Haaland is.
A lot of his goals come from very short distances. Like he's just always in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. And you look at Teddy, you look at Harry, some of the goals he scored.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're all over the place. I think Harry Kane's a more complete striker. I think Haaland is a striker, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Poacher.
But Harry Kane's a more complete striker. He will drop deep. He will do a bit of Glenn Hoddle work, if you know what I mean, Mark.
You'll never see Haaland winning the top assister that Harry did. Was it last year or the year before?
Or maybe not even like goal of the month or goal of the year or anything like that.
Yeah.
And here's, there's another great striker we've had in the years, Martin Shivers, another great striker for us down the years. Never was hugely loved by Spurs fans, to be fair. Had these times where the one on his back, but do you know what I mean? He was top goal scorer, I think, for 3 years running in the League Cup, or 2 years running in the League Cup.
Yeah.
But Martin Shivers, another great player. Back then you had Desfield Bill, another good defender for us. A lot of these players would put it on the line would they go out there and they play for the shirt.
Yeah.
You can't see players today doing that.
No. Well, it was completely different back then. I mean, players will just go to a club because it's how much you pay them.
Yeah. I mean, you think back then you had managers like Bill Nick, Bob. You had Bill Shankly.
Yeah.
You had Brian Clough. You had Don Revie of Leeds. You had some really big personalities back then. Mark, I'll start with you. Who was your favourite player of the whole 70s? Doesn't have to be Tottenham. Of the whole 70s, who did you? And there is halftime. It's Spurs 0, Norwich 0.
Well, for the whole 70s, I'm going to be biased and just say Glenn Hoddle. You know, because he was fantastic.
Yeah. If you could pick somebody else rather than a Tottenham player. You had great teams. Who's your if you could look back in the 70s, you go, even the season, that was a great season. Was there other teams around that you thought, do you know what? I don't mind watching them as a kid.
Well, when I went to school, when I started, because obviously I would have started school in the mid 70s.
You think of George Best, don't you?
Yeah, George Best, Kevin Keegan probably. But when I started school, most people that was at my school was Liverpool fans because they were winning everything. It's unless your dad sort of drums it into you that you're going to be a Spurs fan and all this, like-minded. Like the kids and that, they're sort of glory hunters, aren't they? If they got no one like guiding them, kids are glory hunters, and so whoever's winning everything, you're going to support them. To be honest, it's partly because I went there. Because I'll be honest, I like baseball. I used to watch a lot of baseball, but my team is the Yankees. All right. I was like a kid. The Yankees are the most famous baseball team. Let's support them. Yeah. But I did go to New York in 2000 2000. I went to New York. And so the Yankees are my team, but all right, so I went there, but it's because they bloody won everything. Or they are the most famous baseball team.
So your favorite team in the 70s was a baseball team?
No. I was just saying. No.
Kids kind of chase the teams that are winning as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, the
saying.
question. I mean, who did you enjoy apart from Tottenham? Who did you enjoy watching on the telly? If like a match on the telly, or if a team like if you're watching, say, the European Cup was on telly. I mean, would you sit down and watch that match because it was football, or did you just watch Tottenham? That was it. No other team mattered.
No, because I did sort of answer that by saying when I started school that most of the kids that I started school with were Liverpool. All right, we're Liverpool fans. All right. There was Man United fans because, I mean, whether we like it or not, Man United are the biggest club in the world. To be honest, I mean they are. Whether we like it or not, Man United have got the biggest following, and it doesn't matter. And to be honest, it doesn't matter if Man United are bloody rubbish. You know, the fans are still there. You know, I mean, they've got the biggest following in the world. I mean, all right, yeah, bloody, all right, yeah, but it's true. It doesn't matter what anybody says. They've got the biggest following. So I go, no.
Yeah, I would have liked to see George Best play. I've heard just stories about him. He had crazy lifestyle outside of football, and he was one of the big players in the 70s. He was from Manchester United, correct?
Yeah. He was. Yeah. I'm actually going to put the link into the chat if anybody else wants to come on and join us and add to the discussion we're having. If that's okay with you two, if I do that.
Absolutely. I'll be right back, actually, guys.
Yeah. So I'll put the link into the chat there. If anyone wants to pop on, you're more than welcome. And just really add to this chat and give us your times of Spurs in the 70s. Look, you go back through the 70s, you had great sides. You had the Liverpool side. You had the Leeds side of the 70s.
Yeah.
They were hard as nails.
Well, to be honest, one thing I forgot to mention is that when I did news and that, Sunderland won the FA Cup in 73, and apparently it was a shock that they beat Leeds in the final.
Well, they were, because Sunderland were a second division side at the time.
Oh, were they? That's why it was. Because obviously I like you did world news, I did the UK news, and when I read that it was a shock that it was a shock that Sunderland beat Leeds in the 73 final. I thought, why is that? I mean,
well, no, Sunderland were a second division side at the time.
Yeah. I remember seeing that, and I should have put 2 and 2 together. But to be honest, you don't really consider Leeds as because when they said they shockingly beat Leeds, I thought, why? I mean, Leeds are not. All right, yes, Leeds are a big club and everyone's heard of them. But, I mean, everyone's heard of Sunderland as well,
Yeah, well, Sunderland really weren't that big then. I mean, Leeds were the team that should have won the league championship, so many years.
That's what it is.
I mean, Leeds should have won the league. I mean, they should have won the league in 71 against Arsenal when Arsenal won the league in 71. Done that. But you had Liverpool, you had Leeds. Man United were starting to go through their decline with Best, Law and Charlton come to the end of their careers. You had Arsenal who won the double in 71. starting to fall off the pace now as well. You had Chelsea, who I think were a second division at the side.
Yeah.
And there was Liverpool were up and coming, and you had really Liverpool were just starting to dominate the league now under Bill Shankly. And you had Toshak, you had Keegan, you had all this new breed of footballer coming in. And I think Kevin Keegan was the first poster boy of football, I think. He had taken over from the George Best thing. Listen, I've just got to pop off for 2 minutes, so I leave it with you two to carry on. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark, who were some of the football giants back in the 70s? Because I know you guys were kind of talking about it, and I just got back during it. So were Manchester United also one of like the powerhouses back then in the 70s?
Probably. Because it's like I said to Dermot, I mean, let's face it, like,
they're the biggest club,
yeah, they are. I mean, but
they have all the money.
But when I started school, all the kids, well, it's like I said, it's like I said in the 81 watch along we were watching. I think I was the only Spurs fan at my school when I started.
And where was that? What part of England?
Right. It's southwest England, but all right, that's nowhere near Tottenham, obviously. But you know, I mean, Liverpool's further from my hometown than Tottenham. But when I started school, like, most of the kids was Liverpool fans because they won everything, because they were winning everything, you know?
Yep, it makes sense.
Yeah, you know.
What was the closest club to where you went to school, or like that I would, you know?
Well, now, well, obviously, my hometown had a football club.
Yeah.
But they were non-league, you know? So, I mean, really, I suppose I should have supported them. But nobody did. Because everyone wanted to support, everyone supported as it was in the time, first division, that would be now Premier League club, you know?
Who was the biggest Premier League club that's closest to?
Oh, yeah. I know you asked that. What you mean now?
No, back then in like the first division.
In the first division.
Yeah.
God, bloody hell. I mean, to be honest, well, Southampton, I would have said, but whether they were in the first division back then,
yeah, I was gonna say either that or Brighton or.
No. I mean, to be honest, Tottenham's closer for me than Brighton. You know, because all right, yeah, Brighton's on the south coast, but for me, it's further than London.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's why I wanted an idea of where you grew up, or you grew up following Tottenham then?
Yeah, well, I had no choice. Oh, I had no choice. My dad did.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, I hope no one in the comments is going to shoot me down. But I'm sure I can remember Bristol City being in the first division. You know, in Bristol is 40 miles from me.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. They're a big club back then.
Yeah, well.
Look at his hair, Coates' hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, like, what? I mean, Bristol City have always been a fairly big club. You know?
Mm. Yeah, we've heard of them for sure.
Yeah. You know, I mean, geez, I mean, I'm trying to think who would be well, I suppose Southampton, really. Southampton now would be the nearest.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. But whether they were that big back then, I don't know. And that is true. I really, really don't know. Because you got to remember, some teams, you know, sometimes some teams are good, and then they fall away. Off. Yeah, they fall off, and they go down a couple of divisions, and
yeah. Not Spurs though. When was the first time you went to a Spurs game?
Oh, bloody hell! Oh, in the 70s. 74, probably. Well,
so this year of this game then, right? Wasn't it 73, 74?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't really know the first time I did go to a Tottenham game. All I know, my dad's always told me that he took me to a Tottenham game before a Yeovil game, which is where I live. You know, and Yeovil, well, they're non-league now, but they always were. I mean, the town I grew up in, they were known as the Giant Killers, because over the years, my home team has beaten lots and lots of league teams. You know, in the FA Cup when we used to get drawn against them.
Yeah.
Well, back in, oh God, bloody year. It was in the 40s. It was just after the war. 47, 49, something like that. My hometown, right, Dermot. My hometown beat the then reigning champions of England in Sunderland. You know, and I'm sure it was 47 or 40. It was 47 or 49. But
I've heard of that city before. Where? But yeah, I've heard of that city.
What, Sunderland?
No, Yeovil.
Oh, my hometown. Yeovil. Yeah. Because Yeovil, really, they were known as the Giant Killers. Just like I said, in 47 or 49, we beat the then reigning champions in Sunderland. And then the round after, they drew. So we beat them in like the third or fourth round. No, it was the fourth round. And Yeovil, actually, my hometown Yeovil, actually got into the fifth round. And the round before we beat Sunderland, who were the reigning champions, the round after, we got drawn against Manchester United. So Yeovil actually played, well, have you played Yeovil at Man United twice? No. Was it Man United that came to Yeovil? Was it Liverpool? Well, I know Liverpool. But anyway, in the 47 or 49 season, in the fifth round of the Cup, Yeovil were drawn against Man United, and it was played at Main Road, which was Man City's game, and there was 90,000 people there. What I think still is the highest attendance for a football game outside of Wembley. I'm pretty sure I'm sure some, if I'm wrong, Dermot will tell me because he agree with it in a minute, or someone in the chat will say, oh, no. But I'm pretty certain that because Old Trafford was still bomb damaged and they were repairing it, the game was played at Main Road and 90 or 80 odd thousand people was there, and Yeovil lost 9-0 or 8-0, or let's face it, bloody Man United destroyed us. But I'm pretty certain it was the 5th round. Yeovil got to the 5th round of the FA Cup. It's amazing.
So what we're talking about Dermot? Again, so I can look for you.
No. Is that right, Dermot?
What's that?
That Yeovil got to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Yeah,
I don't. Let me check.
Yeah.
Which year did you say it was again?
It was either 47 or 49. Because Yeovil, my hometown, beat the reigning league champions in the previous round, which was Sunderland.
In the 4th, and then they
lost. So in the first round proper, you beat Romford 4-1 at home.
Yeah.
In the second round proper, you beat Gillingham 3-1 at home.
Yeah.
In the third round proper, you lost to Chesterfield 3-1.
Hey? No.
In the 1949-1950 FA Cup.
It must have been 47 then. It must have been 47.
Well, I went to the 47. I was actually looking while you were talking.
You said 49?
Yeah, you said to me 49.
Oh, well, it might have been 47 then. It might, because I know Yeovil beat Sunderland in like the 4th round or something.
47, 46, 47. Right. Here we go. So we've got Yeovil Town drew 2-2 with Peterborough.
Yeah.
So it wasn't then because you lost to Peterborough 1-0 in the replay. So it wasn't the 46-47 season.
Well, 47-48 then. No,
yeah,
well,
that's what I'm going at.
It was in the 40s that we beat Sunderland. It's all over. It's famous Yeovil history.
Yeah.
That we beat the league champions. Then.
Have we scored yet in the match, by the way? It's Mr.
No.
Hamlet man scored.
I'm not sure. I ain't been watching.
It was 1949. Looks like Yeovil Town beat Sunderland.
Yeah, there we go. See?
Okay, so it's 48-49 then.
48-49, yep.
Right, so in the first round proper, you beat Romford 4-0. Hang on, yeah, so you beat Romford 4-0. Second round, you beat Weymouth 4-0 away.
Go on, now.
Third round,
right.
Hang on, you beat Bury 3-1 at home on the 8th of January 1949. In the 4th round, you beat Sunderland 2-1.
Yes. Who were at home?
You beat them at Yeovil.
Yes, yeah. And Sunderland were the 1st Division champions, the reigning 1st Division champions.
And then you lost. And then you lost in the 5th round proper to Manchester United 8-0.
Yes, I knew it was 8 or 9-0, and that game was played at Main Road, which was City's ground, because Man United's Old Trafford was bomb damaged.
And I'm reading something too about that Sunderland team.
Can I just add this comment from Carl Simpson? Says that one of Yeovil's most famous players is Paul Terry, John Terry's brother.
No. Well, whether he played for Yeovil, I don't know. But a few years ago, when I was a cabbie, I picked him up because he used to coach Yeovil. Yeah, and anyway,
yeah, go on, Buck. What are you going to say?
Well, I was going to say that I was reading a little bit about it, and it said that Sunderland back then was known as the Bank of England club,
Yes.
just because of the large amounts of money they had spent. So it was like one of the first times a non-league side had beat a top tier side. So
Yeah. Because I believe when Yeovil beat them, they were the current league champions. So they'd won the first division the year before.
So that'd been 47, 48, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I suppose so.
Yeah. I have got the 72-73 FA Cup run up for people that will interested to know who's, because we're talking about Sunderland. Were they in the first division or second division?
It says they were in the first division at that time. It doesn't look like they won the league, though.
No, Arsenal were league champions. Man United were second. Burnley were third. Sunderland finished third from bottom.
But still a top division.
First division side, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Still a big deal.
Yeah, Portsmouth actually won the league the year after, actually, 48-49 season. Portsmouth won that league championship, believe it or not.
But they spent a lot of money that year. That was another thing. Or the year before.
He won it in 1949-50. Then Portsmouth retained the title in 49-50. So Portsmouth were back-to-back league champions. There's something there you don't read every day.
Yeah, no. Times have changed.
And then in 50-51, a little team called Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know if you ever heard of them, guys.
No.
The little North London side.
No.
That came up from the second division and actually won the league. We actually won the league by 4 points against Man United.
Nick played that game, right? Bill Nick?
Yeah. He was in that 51 push and run side. He had Bill Nick, Alf Ramsey, Eddie Bailey. And see what I mean about your man's hair. 1 minute he comes on, he's got hair in his head. Next minute he's got like, it's down to his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that fella really, he's hilarious, that man. He really is.
I wonder what the match minute is now in this.
Carl Simpson said Paul Terry played over 205 appearances for Yeovil.
Oh, thank you very much, Carl.
So the FA Cup of 72-73, Mark, we're talking about it earlier. We got as far as we drew 1-1 with Charlton Athletic in the third round. And then, we beat Margate, 6-0 in the third round. Fourth round, we played, we drew 1-1 with Derby. And then in the replay, we lost 5-3 to Derby.
Cool.
Sunderland, of course, were a second division side. Then beat Arsenal in the semi-final, 2-1. And, of course, then they beat...
Leeds.
Yeah, do you know what? They actually had a third place playoff for the two losing semi-finalists.
Oh, I thought that was in. Sorry.
Did they?
I never knew that until now. It was actually played at Highbury. Between 1970 and 74, a third place playoff between the two losing semi-finals was held on the 18th of August, 1973. And Arsenal lost 3-1 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So Wolverhampton Wanderers, of course, Sunderland won the league. Leeds were second, Wolves were third, and Arsenal were fourth.
Oh.
So I would love to know, but do you think that'd be a good thing to bring back that third and fourth place playoff like we had in the early 70s? Do you think that might be a bit of fun? Like a pre-season game at the start of next season?
Wow. Well, they do that in the World Cup now, don't they?
Well, they've always done it in the World Cup.
Yeah. But I wonder if it's interested.
Oh,
To be honest. No, I'm not being.
There he is.
Ah, there he is.
Watch him go.
There he
Watch his
is.
hair flap as well. I mean, that man's got the
50,000
funniest
people
hairstyle
erupted.
going. Oh, Lord God.
I would love to hear the sounds right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't for copyright reasons. You would get taken
No.
down straight away. You have to be very careful when you're showing it. No point combing over it now, man. No point. He's trying to cover over his bald spot. There's no point, mate. We know you're bald. You were the Hamlet, man.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you play football, I mean, it's going to come off. So
I mean, that bit's just dangling there. I mean, if Romero was tackling me,
it would have
let
came
me get
straight
it.
off.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got to
didn't
head out actually. I got some stuff to do, but thanks for having me.
Yeah,
No
do you want to
worries.
give your channel a plug while you're here?
Yeah. So whoever's watching, I am the co-host of Mile High Hotspur. We're out of Denver, Colorado. Check us out at Mile High Hotspur. That's Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. We're on all of it. So it's Leo and myself. Leo is not here at the moment, but yeah, he's usually comes on this channel too. But so yeah, we're the sister channel of THFC Till I Die. So yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for popping on, and we'll speak to you soon, Parker.
Yes,
Big up, Parker.
absolutely.
Yeah, thank
Come
you
on,
very
you
much.
Spurs.
Yeah, come
See you
on,
later,
you
guys.
Spurs.
See you later.
Right, it's just you, me now, just chilling out in the pub, having a few
That's right.
pints, watching this match. Look at all the flags and the scarves there. Right. Do you know any other leagues you'd like to know about? Do you know
Any other?
any other league years you like to talk about back in the day?
Oh, bloody. No. Well, when you popped off, Dermot, Parker just asked me, what was the nearest, like, sort of big team or Premier League team to me.
Mm.
And I said, it depends what you call big team. I said, I remember when Bristol City was in the first division. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I've done a bit of digging while you and Parker were talking that, and I actually got the League Cup history when it started and everything like that. The first League Cup was held in 1960-61. It was introduced by the league as a response to the increase in popularity of European football, so also to exert power over the FA. It also took advantage of the rollout of floodlights, allowing fixtures to be played at midweek evening games. With remaining of Football League as the Football League Club in 2016, Football League in 2016, the tournament was rebranded as the EFL Cup from 2016-17 onwards. So it started in 1960-61. It's been running now for up to the 2017-28 season. It's running for 62 years.
Yeah.
The most successful clubs are Liverpool with 9 titles.
I would have said Man City because they won it for about the last.
Yeah, well, I think no, Man United, Liverpool won it 9 times, runners up in 4. Man City have won it 8 times, runners up once, 73-74.
Yeah.
Aston Villa have won it 5 times and runners up in 4. So Chelsea and Man United all with the same thing. Tottenham have won it 4 times, runners up 5. So we were runners up in 81-82, 2001-2002, 2008-2009, 2014-2015, and 2021. Let's see who's Swansea have won it, Blackburn Rovers have won it, Oxford have won it, Swindon Town have won it, Sheffield Wednesday have won it once, Luton won it because they beat Arsenal in that final.
Yes. The one Blackburn won it, they beat us.
Yeah. Stoke City have won it once and won runners up. Leeds United have only won it once. QPR have won it once. Middlesbrough and West Brom have all won it once. Wolves have won it twice, and they're unbeaten sort of in League Cup finals. Norwich City have won it twice and lost it twice. Leicester City, Arsenal. This is great for us as Spurs fans. Arsenal have won it twice, but they've lost it. They've lost the final 6 times. Let's have a sninger. And of course, it's been called a few things over the years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It was called the Milk Cup.
Yeah.
And then it was the Littlewoods Challenge Cup, then the Rumbelows Cup, then the Coca-Cola Cup, then the Worthington Cup. Then it was the Carling Cup, Capital One Cup, and now it was the EFL Cup, and then it's now the Carbro Cup. So yeah, it's been going for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to know the 60-61 League Cup. Right. Let's see, can I find information on that? The history of it, right? I found a bit here, if you don't mind me saying
No, you carry on, Dermot.
The original idea for the League Cup came from Stanley Ross, who saw competition as a consolation for clubs who had already been knocked out of the FA Cup. However, it was not Ross who came to implement it, but the Football League secretary, Alan Hardraker. Hardraker internally proposed the competition as a way for clubs to make up on lost revenue due to reduction in matches played for when the league was to be reorganised. The reorganisation of the league was not immediately forthcoming, however, the cup competition was introduced regardless. So really, it was the idea of for teams that were knocked out the FA Cup, really for money, really. So that's a bit of says it.
Oh, so it was going to start if you got knocked out in the third round or something. You went in that. So it was going to start if you say when you got knocked out third round of the cup, you went in that.
Well, no, the idea was to have 2 cup competitions. So,
I see.
You would have the League Cup and the FA Cup to go for. So you have 2 cup competitions to go for. I mean, the 60-61 League Cup. Let's see now. The 60-60. So League Cup 1960. 61. I would love to know what Spurs actually got there that year, because that was the year we did the double. We actually didn't enter it, funnily enough.
Oh.
For what I can see. Yeah, we didn't enter it then. So that's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mark, we're looking at this match now. We've got a few people here. We've got Mark on the evening, Dermot. Mark, Mick, how are you doing, sir? And he's saying hi to Bobby K and Carl. And we've got Joey Cavers. Hi guys, just saw you were on. I'll rewatch. Love TTID. Big up, Joey. Thank you for popping in. So really appreciate it. Normally we would have Philip Brady. He's had to go out tonight. We'll have Ellie. Ellie's away on holiday, so it's just left to me and Mark, guiding the good ship, THFC till I die, through these calm waters as we're waiting for everyone to get back. But look, we're going to do the watch along on Wednesday. Mark, you're joining me and Philip Brady for that. Tuesday. Do you want to talk a bit about the Marseille game? What you saw of it, your reaction to it? Do you think it was a good start for us in the Champions League? And your thoughts for the Sporting game as well, because also it was Eric Dyer used to play for Sporting Lisbon as well. If it was for the Sporting club as well. So what's your thoughts from the Marseille game and the upcoming game against Sporting Club? Do you think we'll do well?
Yeah. If you want the Marseille game, I watched most of the first half, and to be honest, I wish I'd watched the second half. To be honest, really, because the first half was a bit dull, wasn't it? To be honest, I mean, we never
it
played
wasn't great. I would give you that.
No, I mean, we never played well, did we? No, it was a. But then, I mean, right. In the first half, we never played well, but to be honest, nor did they. To be honest, did they?
They look, I don't think we're at it in the first half by any shape or form.
No, definitely.
But I
not.
don't
Definitely
think. I don't think we're any sort of. I don't think we're any way of going in behind. All right.
No.
But do you feel that the same? Do you feel with? I mean, Richarlison, he got his 2 goals, first goal for us. Do you feel that's justified the price tag for Richarlison? And does it justify that he done right by sticking with Son as well and resting Kulusevski? And were you also happy with Longley being kept in instead of over Davis, or would you have liked seeing Longley rested for Marseille and Davis played instead? I mean, what was your thought of Conte's team? Were you happy with it? I mean, I can bring it up for you here. I've got it here.
I thought Longley did well.
Yeah,
Longley did very well.
I mean, that's the team that played on the Champions League. That's the team that actually played on Saturday. Getting the Champions League against Marseille. I mean, when you saw that lineup, did you think, yeah, that's a good lineup for us, or were you happy? It's the same team. Were you happy with Basuma? How did he play? Perisic. So just give us your sort of player numbers for that team, sort of thing, out of 10.
Lloris never really had a lot to do, did he? Well, he made a couple of saves, didn't he? I think. Yeah.
I mean, did you feel Lloris was? Do you feel he made a couple of mistakes, especially instead of catching it, he punched it. He wasn't great with his feet. Do you feel that he made his judgment wasn't quite right with some of the decisions he made?
Yeah, probably, but it's like you said, Lloris wasn't good with his feet, but when is he? To be honest, I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, I'm astonished that they don't work on his kicking.
Yeah.
In training and that, you know, I mean, because whenever he gets the ball at his feet, it's always sort of worry time, isn't it? You know. Why do they not work on it? Unless they do, and he's still no good. I don't know. Honestly. You know?
Yeah. Everyone, when you finished here, please go over to Bobby K. He's on in 45 minutes.
Yes.
So please drop over there and hit and watch his show.
Yeah.
I really hope you've enjoyed it tonight. We tried to put something on.
Yeah.
Because we know you're missing football.
Yeah.
We've tried to put some again. We will be doing the same. If there is no matches next week, we will be doing the 84 UEFA Cup final next week. So a great night when we last won the European trophy. So we are showing that next. I mean, Mark, we've got Sporting on Tuesday. We need to win our early games in the Champions League, really, don't we, to get out of that group?
Yeah.
would you say you would give a probably 6 out of 10 out for the Marseille performance, or would you think that's a bit harsh?
Yeah, 6, 7. 6, 7. We saw huffed and puffed, and Richie got us there, didn't he? To be honest.
Do you think that justified the money we paid for him for his performance on Wednesday? Sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, nearly scored there.
Yeah. No, I just had to, like, you know, man. Well, you can't say 2 goals warrants 60 million, can you? To be honest.
But he's starting to pay back what we paid for him.
Yeah.
He's paid back a portion of
Well, to be honest with you, every time he's come on, I think he's looked good. Honestly. Because every time he's come on, he's always sort of up there and he's looked live wire.
Do you feel that how can I put it now? But do you feel that we spent money for him? We've got him in. He started off well. He's putting himself about. Do you feel that with Son especially? What do you think's gone wrong with Son? Do you think it's just he's do you feel that he's overplayed, or is just a bit of burnout from last season, or what's your opinion of what's happening to Son? Because I thought he played well against Fulham. He had sort of a good game against against Marseille. Do you feel he justifies starting against Sporting on Tuesday?
Personally, well, to be honest, I was astonished that he dropped Kulu. Absolutely. I mean, let's face it. If you were going to drop anyone to give Richie a go, it would have been Sonny, wouldn't it? It would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was expecting. Big up. Good evening. How are we?
Doing well.
We have the younger man of the group, the stats lad, as we like to call him here.
Yes.
I mean, Izan, we were just talking about the Marseille game and the Sporting game coming up. Out of 10, what would you give that performance for the Marseille game? And were you frustrated at half time with our first half performance? And
I didn't.
What was your opinions of the whole game?
I didn't watch the game live. I had to watch it after. I watched the whole game after I came home. But I just think that look, honestly, 5 out of 10, 5 or 6 out of 10 performance. I know we won. I know we won 2-0, but if they didn't get a sending off, if they didn't get a red card, it would have been, it could have been a draw or maybe even a loss if they got lucky, if Marseille got lucky. But honestly, it was really poor, especially that first half. I thought the team was not up to it at all. I don't think anyone played well in that first half.
No, they really didn't. I just got here for you, Mark, from Mr. Edwardson. It says TH till I die and Mark Cousins. Do you remember how much we dominated the 82 League Cup final versus Liverpool, and should we have wrapped it up in 90 minutes? Right. Yeah. I've watched this game over the years. We should have won it 2 or 3-0, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark. I'll put you up here because you're.
No, that's right.
No, there you go. So that's my opinion. We should have won.
Yeah.
We should have wrapped it up. But look, you're playing Liverpool, the great side of the early 80s. I mean, Mark, what do you remember of it?
Was that the game we was 1-0 up?
Yeah.
To right near the end.
Yeah, Steve Archibald scored, I think.
Steve Archibald.
I think it was Ronnie Whelan scored the equaliser in the 89th minute or something.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, he's actually should have Spurs wrapped it up in the 90 minutes? I mean, they should have done, shouldn't they?
I think so.
And can I just stop you there, Mark? Spurs have won another trophy.
Oh.
We're about to see Tottenham lift a cup. I mean, Izan probably faint now in a minute.
Yeah.
Don't go, Izan. Don't go. Stay with us. Stay with us, Izan. Stay with us. Yeah, so there's Bill Nick. And sadly, this was his last trophy he won as a Tottenham manager. So, as much as joy to watch it, it's really sad to watch it because by this time, the following season, or 74, 75, Bill Nick had gone. So, I mean, Izan, I don't know if you've ever watched the 82 League Cup final. Did you ever watch highlights of it or on YouTube or?
No, I don't think I watched the 82. I remember we watched the one where we beat Leicester. I think this. Which one was that?
Oh,
the one where we beat Leicester?
99.
I watched it with Mark.
The 60.
99.
What, the 61 Cup final?
Oh, Christ, no. Yeah. I thought you was on about the League Cup.
No, I remember you
the
and
FA
Mark
Cup.
did.
Yes.
Yeah, you and Mark did a watch along to the FA Cup.
Yes.
Back when this was a different channel under a different skies.
Yeah.
Look, for me, Mr. Edwardson, look, we should have wrapped it up, I think. But look, it is what it is. Liverpool were a great side in them days, so you can't really grant them. But great talk, great question. Thank you very much for getting in. Look, we watch Martin Peters lift up the trophy, and then we'll have a quick chat about this game. Get Izan's thoughts on the game we played in the Champions League, and also his thoughts on should the Premier League games be played next weekend, and we'll look ahead to the Sporting game. Yeah, and then what will happen. But here, I mean, I love the trophies to get. They get little tankers, which is actually a very good trophy to get. And there's Norwich. I tell you one thing. I thought it was very entertaining final. To be fair, I thought Tottenham didn't play brilliant, but Norwich did. But I think we just had a bit of a little bit more
quality
at the end of the day.
Luck Norwich, you put up a big fight. Congratulations, Tottenham Hotspur, winners of the Football League Cup in 1973.
I mean, that was our third trophy in 3 years under Bill Nick.
You could say that now.
There's Martin Peters. And that's anyone's wondering who that is. That's actually Sidney Whale, who's actually shook the hand of Martin Peters. That was the Tottenham chairman. So there's Martin Peters, Alan Gilzine.
Who was the chairman in 73?
Sidney Whale.
Oh, I see.
There's the Hamlet man. He had hair when he came on, and all his hair fell off during the match.
Yeah, I remember we did like a comparison between Irving Scholar, Alan Sugar, and Daniel Levy as the chairman. So maybe we could even go further back.
There's something I want to do with you and as Mark, we're going to get a few of us on to rank the managers under each chairman. Now, Sidney Whale really was. I would love to do it under the managers under Scholar, and then the manager. We did the managers under Alan Sugar, but I would like to redo that again because I would love to get people's thoughts on it. There's even the referee got a tankard, which was quite good. There's Alan Gilzine.
So,
and
like
Martin
with Sidney Whale, like as a chairman, like how was he? Was it good, bad? Like,
well, we won all our trophies under him. To be fair,
must be doing something right then.
I mean, we won 2 league championships. All 6. I need to work that in my head. Right, let me take this off. So I'll take that off now. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that, actually. That was a trip down, look back in time at our 1973 League Cup final when we beat Norwich. Now, it's been a bit of a talking point over the weekend. We had no Premier League games because of
Mm-hmm.
the news. What's happened in England since last Thursday. Look, what's your thoughts on should the Premier League resume next Saturday? And what's your thoughts on that?
Next Saturday, yeah, I think the games, um, should resume probably by next week. I think it was a good faith gesture to
Hmm.
call off the games this weekend. Either way, I don't really have a problem with it. If we played the games, I'd be fine with it. I always want to watch football. If the games were called off this week, I think that's perfectly fine. It's very reasonable. Um, when someone that influential in the country,
Mm,
passes away, I think that's
yeah.
something normal. But yeah, I think if the game started next week, I think I'd be fine with that. And the games, got called off. I know some people also want the UEFA games called
Mm,
off. But I just think that'd be unfair on the teams from other countries because they're not English, they're not British. Why should we
mm,
inconvenience them as well? So
Yeah.
mm,
I don't think that the European fixtures should be called off, but the Premier League fixtures being called off for a week, I think that's fine.
mm. I know UEFA have actually pulled back the Rangers game back 24 hours to the Wednesday, but no Napoli fans are allowed at Ibrox for that game. Mark, look, look, we've had the week off. We're still in this morning. You're still in this morning period. We found football helped during the pandemic. It brought everyone together. Do you think the Football League, the Premier League, missed the trick last Saturday? Because you had the likes of cricket, you had the likes of rugby union, golf, the Formula One went ahead, though it was in Italy. Do you feel the Premier League missed the trick, or do you feel we have to respect the Premier League's decision, but it has to go ahead next weekend because there's people, as I said before, bought tickets from overseas to go to these games. They're going to lose money out on flights and accommodation. And do you think no? It's a unique event. It's never happened before in 70 years, and the Premier League should call it off until after the funeral. I mean, what's your honest thoughts, deep down gut feeling telling you?
Well, let's face it, right? Last Saturday, there's going to be Man City fans that done exactly the same thing. You know, there's going to be Man City fans that probably flew in from places and Lord knows where, and I mean, all right, right. Like, I don't know what to say. It's very hard for me to say anything because I don't want to upset anybody, but at the end of all right, the Queen was the Queen for 70 years. Right? She's been on the throne for 70 years. I've got to go very careful what I say because I honestly don't want to upset nobody.
Mark, just say what you're saying. I mean, nobody's going to be upset. Everyone's got different opinions about this.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, it is a talking point. I mean, it
Yeah,
is a
all
talking point at the end of the day. I mean, you're either on the fence that, like I think I am and Izz on that I think football should be played, but we don't know what the Premier League's going to do, or
No.
you're not. So you're entitled to your opinion. It's free speech. We're not on here to stop you from speaking your mind. And if somebody
No.
gets upset by what you said, well, that's their problem.
Yeah, all right.
No, I'm not holding the gun to your head. If you don't want to
No.
say, you don't have to give an answer, Mark. It's fine. Honestly, we won't mind.
Look. To be honest, right? She was Queen of my country. Did she mean anything to me? No. To be honest, to be honest. All right, it's sad she's died. Charles is going to be king now. Does that mean anything to me? No. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It means absolutely nothing to me. Would I like the football back? Would I? I'd like to. I'd have liked this to have played Saturday. You know. I mean, if you had the cricket on, you had the golf on today. All right, they cancelled the first round. They played the other 3 rounds. Cricket went on.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
they canceled one day of the test match.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. It really makes no difference to me.
So
it really does.
Either one way or the other, you're not bothered.
No.
So if we play on Saturday, you'd be glad it's back. If we don't play the weekend, it doesn't bother you one way or the other.
No. Well,
it's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, Mark. So
if you got it.
Yeah, well, I it's like I said, I really don't want to, because I really don't want to upset anybody. I really don't.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there then. We'll stay away from that conversation. It was just entitled to your opinions.
Well,
would you like the football back or not? And
yes,
I didn't realise it was going to be.
Yes,
it was going to end up that road. So I'm sorry for asking the question, to be honest.
Definitely.
We've got Shamu here. Big up Shamu, my friend Shamu from New Zealand.
Yeah.
AC/DC started in 1973. Shamu's been sending me quotes about Winksy, by the way, Izan, right? Sampdoria have played 2 games and Winks is yet to start or make the bench. Maybe only 20 goals and assists for this season.
Maybe.
And any words for Izan to for Shamu to get in a Winks going for Sampdoria?
I mean, that's why they lost yesterday, Sampdoria, because the footballing god, Harry Winks, did not play. AC Milan, obviously a really good team. They were down to 10 men. They still couldn't beat them, and that's because Harry Winks didn't play. So I'm not sure what Sampdoria is doing. Talking like realistically and seriously. Harry Winks, apparently he's injured. He's listed as injured, which is why he's not even on the bench. But
yeah,
I don't know how he got injured. Maybe injured in training or something. Maybe they're just saying that. Maybe he found out he's so bad he's not even good enough to make the bench.
Or maybe he just cannot. Maybe he just cannot walk through the door properly. He has to walk in it sideways.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But
he also puts a good point is, and I'll contact Sampdoria, the director of football, and tell him.
You tell him, man. I mean, Sampdoria.
You tell him, Shamu, and let us know how you get on.
Sampdoria are second last. They have 0 wins. They're second last in the league. So they're acting up by not playing Harry Winks.
He's going to tell him I have a good authority from a wizard to start Winks. Maybe he got injured on the flight. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh. Shamu, please come in earlier.
Oh my god.
I'm putting my seatbelt on. Hang on, I've got to move sideways.
The thing is, though, it's actually I know we're laughing and whatnot, but if Harry Winks doesn't play to a decent standard, at least, I don't think Sampdoria are going to buy him. He's going to be back at Spurs.
Yeah, that's the thing I was actually going to say to you two. I'll start with you, Mark, and then I'll go to you, Izan. If these loanees don't play well, they're going to be back at us in the summer. So,
well, to be honest, that's what when they first went out on loan, I thought all they've done is they've just moved the bloody problem until next year because they're just going to come back.
Yeah.
If you really want to get rid of them that badly, just tear their contract up and say goodbye.
And the thing is, though, actually tearing up their contract isn't worth it. It's better to send them out on loan, because then the club who's taking them in will pay either all of their wages or a percentage of their wages. If you terminate their contract, then you have to pay out the wages that they're owed. So there's no point in doing that. It's better to send them out on loan.
Yeah.
We've got Shamu saying he pulled a hammy adjusting the seatbelt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, Sampdoria have already prepaid for Winks €60 million.
60 million pounds. I think that's a bargain, to be honest.
JC says, I heard he has fractured an eyelash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, please keep these winky jokes coming in. And Shamu, how do you get injured when you never play?
Yeah.
Oh no, Shamu! He sends me these like at 3 or 4 in the morning. I wake up to them, right, and they're so funny. It is Shamu's so funny.
Shamu's a legend. Shamu is honestly a legend.
Mark, I'm gonna end up soon because Mark, you need to get to bed. Because I know you got work tomorrow. I'll start with you first. Thoughts for Tuesday?
Just win.
Just win.
Please. Just win. Yeah.
All right. And you, Izan, thoughts for Tuesday?
Look, Sporting Lisbon, they're not like an easy team. I know they play in the Portuguese league, but trust me, they have some players that can really play. Players like Pedro Gonçalves, that he's a very top quality player. Some people say he's the next Bruno Fernandes. Whether that turns out to be true, we're yet to see. But from what I've seen from him, he is a top quality player, one of the best players in the league. They also have a very, very talented center back, Goncalo Inacio. He's an incredible player. He's already playing for the national team. He's only 21, 22. He's a really good player. And they have the midfielder Manuel Ugarte, Uruguayan, I believe, defensive mid. He's also another solid player. They brought in Francisco Trincao on loan from Barcelona. He's also, we know Trincao, he played for Wolves. He's a very, very tricky customer. He's a good player. So, with Sporting, I don't think we can take them easily. They have some good players. They are a good team, and it won't be a walk in the park. So I'm going to say, even against Marseille, we struggled against them. So Sporting, they can put up a fight, and they will put up a fight. It won't be an easy game, I don't think.
No. But hopefully, if we can take a point from it, would you be happy with that?
We're playing away from home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. With a point, yeah, it's a decent result. Obviously, I wanna press for the win. We should be winning. We are the better team on paper, but a point away, not the worst result. It's like West Ham, we want to win. We're the better team, but a point away to West Ham, you'll take that. It's not something to throw a fuss about. So yeah, a point away, I'll take it, but I want the win. I think we can definitely win this game.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. Well, thanks for joining this, and I know it's early for you over there. Are you with us Tuesday for the watch along?
I think I'll probably be in class Tuesday. I think I'll be able to come on the post-match show later on.
We'll be doing the post-match show later that evening. We'll be doing it either Wednesday, but I'll let you know what time. Mark, you join us for the watch along with me.
I do the watch along.
Yeah, you and me are there, and I think Shamu's going to join us as well. Shamu's our New Zealand watch along. He says a good few comments, then we'll finish up. Heaps of red cards in the Sampdoria Juve game. That'd be interesting to watch later.
Yeah.
Shamu says, I'll be
Yeah,
in
it was
for the
2-2
sporting game,
today.
Dermotron, 4:45 kickoff for me. Shamu, look forward to having you.
There was
God.
3 red cards, I believe, in the Sampdoria Juve game, all at the end of the game. I think there was a brawl. The game ended 2-2.
JC said it's a 2.8 million per win in the Champions League and 950,000 per draw. That gives the incentive straight away.
Yeah.
Sporting beat
Yeah.
Frankfurt 3-0 in Germany. Could be more of a
Yeah, I
challenge
forgot to
than we
mention that.
think.
Yeah, and Frankfurt won the Europa League, so they're
Yeah.
not, a team that's some trashy German team. They are also a good team.
Yeah. And Shamu says, Yubizan, do a watch long in class for the Champions League.
Oh, I wish I could.
Just bribe your teacher. Give him a few dollars.
Well, actually, my teacher, she's from Spain. She's from Madrid. She is a Real Madrid fan. If it was a Real Madrid game, maybe I could have convinced her, but unfortunately, it's not. So I don't think she'll.
Tell us for your class education. Tell her this will help me with my education. This, yeah, it will help me. And then Shamu, we're fighting over were they fighting over Winter's contract? Yeah, they were. And the last from Shamu, Frankfurt lost this win to Wolfsburg. They have lost a lot of their players. Yeah, that is true. Listen, thanks for everyone in the chat. Thanks for Mark for coming on. Thanks for Parker earlier for coming on. Izan, thanks for jumping on. If you stay in there, we'll have a quick chat with you afterwards.
Okay.
And so Spurs have won another trophy. As we look back to 1973 with pride and with delight. If there's no match on Saturday, we'll be going all the way back to 1984 to watch us pick up the UEFA Cup, our last European trophy we won. If there is a match on Saturday, then of course we'll be on here. We'll do a watch long. If not, we'll be covering all the matches on a Saturday. That's something we're going to start doing. If we can't get Spurs not playing, we're going to cover all the Premier League games and give you a result service. Probably me, Izan, or some of the other people on Saturday. So that's what we're going to do. But listen, we'll be back. I think me and Philip are going to do a pre-record, pre-match show tomorrow. That'll be out tomorrow. And then Tuesday with the watch along. And then we'll with the post-match show on Wednesday, Tuesday night or Wednesday, probably Tuesday night. And then who knows what's going to happen next weekend. If there's matches, if there's not, we'll find out. But as soon as it breaks, you will hear it first here on THFC Toronto. We'll be up with the latest news. So until then, take care of yourself. Come on, you Spurs.